Hello, Miss Watson.
Hello.
Uh, and I would like to express that I'm glad to have you here for this session today. And we're going to talk about a few issues, primarily one specific issue that you seem to have some problem with these days. And I would like to begin, first of all, asking you how how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Okay. All right. You're physically well. You're uh, doing well otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, are there any issues or problems that you would like to discuss today? And this is your time. We're going to have a discussion, and the discussion is going to be totally about you. Okay? And any issue that you want to discuss today, I want you to feel at liberty to do so.
All right. Well, I'm dealing with the sexuality and my body, having a disability. That's something that what we're going to be talking about today. Is that correct? So
It's up to you.
all right. Well, everyone wants to be looked at as a person that's doing well, feeling good in every aspect, to be respected. And in the male and female, no one sits out and says, I want this sick person, or I want this person that has an issue. I want to be with this person that has an issue. And that causes some kind of feelings that you may not be up to par, you're feeling incompatible as a female. So dealing with disability and your sexuality can cause some deep emotions, especially when you look at the way you were prior to what happened in your body, and it changed really your whole lifestyle. It changes altogether. And then you have to change your mentality, the way you think, and also the way that you actually see yourself, because the way others see you, and that causes some emotions too as well.
As I understand it, whatever problem or issue that you have had with your physical person, your physical body, has brought on some mental stress or duress, and has caused you to feel perhaps somewhat down at times, not thinking very highly of what you look like today or how you feel today about yourself.
Well, of course, when you're in a relationship with someone, prior to the change in the disability, and that causes a change in my mobility, and no one wants to be looked at as sick, because like, as I said prior, who says you want to set out to be with this sick person? Who wants to set out to be intimate with this sick person?
Okay.
So that causes a problem. So I have to look at myself differently and portray myself differently. And at times when you're thinking and you're thinking about things and how it used to be and how it is now, you really have to talk yourself up from that low esteem state and talk yourself back up to where you used to be. Even though you have to make changes where you are now to deal with the relationship issues. Because you think about being intimate and you have a complaint now that you didn't have before. That means that your mate has to be willing and cooperate with you. Otherwise, you're going to have some challenges in that area. Who wants challenges in their sexuality? Who wants challenges when they're having sex? No one wants a challenge. That should be the easiest thing, and it should flow. But when you have a disability, it doesn't just flow.
And we realize that various types of disabilities cause us sometimes to have to change the way what we do things, how have done things as a norm, and it kind of disrupts your life. But there are some things that we can do that we can maybe perhaps, if not correct those things, make them better for you. And when you speak of change, how has this changed your perspective on life from day to day?
Well, you have to stop at some point thinking and feeling how people feel about you, or what they may say or going to say. Sometimes you get a preconceived idea. They're thinking this of me. They're saying this, or they're going to say this, or they're going to think this certain way of you. So I have to change the way that I think about myself. I have to think higher of myself. And in order to think higher of myself, I also have to actually perform higher. I have to get myself there mentally, and sometimes you just have to motivate yourself. I can, with my disability, let's go there, it's in my knees, so therefore it affects my walking. I may not feel sexy walking crippled.
Okay.
I may be sexy, but I may not feel sexy. So being and feeling is quite different in that area, because society has a way that they look at and they'll say, now that's sexy. But crippled, society doesn't say that's sexy, or that looks good, or that's appetizing, or that's desirable. So I have to make myself desirable. What it takes for me to be desirable is totally different from a person that's totally healthy. I may have to put on more rather than take off more to make myself desirable,
Okay.
or sexy, or even feel sexy about myself, to motivate my feelings.
Okay, your disposition of self-awareness is very prevalent, but to know, half the battle is won when you realize that, okay, this is my problem, and I do have a plan how to help me to feel better about myself, and put my thought process in a different perspective, in a more positive perspective. And that's what we're going to work towards. That's what we're going to try and do. And I can go as far as to say that we're going to work towards being successful at doing it. From what you've told me, I understand that you have a physical problem, and because of this physical problem, it has this problem extends over into other phases of your life, including your sexuality. And as most women, we like to feel desirable. We like to feel loved. We like to feel the passion of our spouse or our marital partner. And just because we have a physical problem does not change that emotional status. We still have those emotions as a person. So we're going to work towards helping you to feel better about yourself, and we're going to work towards coming up with some ideas and plans, whereas you can perhaps do certain exercises in order to help your physical what you feel about yourself as far as your physical image. One of the things we're going to work towards, and this is sort of an assignment, we would like to see you for some future sessions, but one of your assignments is going to be, I want you to look in the mirror every day at yourself. I wanted you to look at your physical person, your members of your body, and those members that stand out to you more so. It could be your eyes. And you're going to write down on the paper, Miss Watson has, or you can write Gloria by your first name, has beautiful eyes, a lovely contoured face. I'm just giving you some examples. Whatever you notice about yourself that really stands out, that you really appreciate about your body, about your looks, that's what you're going to write. And you're going to write every day. It doesn't matter if you write the same thing, but I want you to write something positive about your body every day. Look in the mirror. Once you get up and you get going, then this is your assignment every day. And I want you to report back on your next session, and you're going to tell me how that's going, if it's helping any as far as feeling better about yourself as a person. I also would like for you to keep a daily journal. A daily journal. When you feel a down moment as far as your physical, it could be from your sexual rendezvous with your spouse or husband. Afterwards, I want you to write in your journal if you have any, not only a down feeling, but even an upbeat feeling, a positive or cheerful feeling. I want you to write that as well, okay? I want you to start keeping a daily journal. And then we're going to see, after a few weeks of sessions, we're going to see how well that's working. And Ms. Watson, I certainly want to thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
And we appreciate this session with you.
All right. Thank you.